Guys, look what I got. I'm going to show you how to build it coming up next. You're going to want to watch this because this thing is just awesome. Hey pilots, welcome back. Look what we have today. We have the awesome FMS twin 70mm A10 Thunderbolt 2V2. This is not a little airplane. The fans may only be 70 mil, but you got two of them, and this is a big airplane. I've flown one before of a buddy's, and it's just awesome, and I think you're going to enjoy it as well. So let me get it out of the box, and we'll show you what you get. By the way, this is a 6-foot table. The box takes it. Here's how it's packaged. I'll get everything out and show you what's in there. Look at all this stuff, guys. Isn't that just cool? Look at the size of that thing. And the canopy detail is just sick. Again, not a small airplane. So you can see the wing halves here. Gonna bolt in. Big landing gear. It's gonna fly off grass with ease. So linkages you'll have to put on. They're down here, but not a big deal. Once you get your servos centered for your radio, you'll want to do that anyway, so that works out just fine for me. Got the two wing halves there, spars. Here you've got the horizontal in the back, so that's just going to screw up into the bottom. Everything is labeled. You got your twin rudders, they're going to go on the sides, piece of cake. There is lights on this model, I saw the light wiring in there. But you can see there's not really too many pieces, so it's going to be a fast build. It's going to be a big, easy build. All these missiles and drop tanks, they all just click up in. Gotta love that. Looks like we'll most likely have to glue that in. But other than that, I don't see anything else that's going to have to glue. So stay tuned. I'm going to show you how to build it next. And then after that, we're going to go to the flying field. That'll be in another video. But if I am able to fly it, by the time I upload this build video, I'll put a clip in the beginning. If not, stay tuned, so subscribe. Don't forget, guys, I have discount codes for all FMS stuff to save you a lot of money. And these days, everybody needs to save some money. So without further ado, let's get into the build. So the manual starts off with the wing. I'm going to put the tail on first because once the wing is on, it's going to be kind of fun to flip it upside down. So what you're going to do is you got your little leads here. You'll fish them out. And then in here you've got the other ones. Then you'll connect them together, the correct one to the correct one. 4 screws. Then these pieces here will go on the ends, and there will be 2 screws on each going down from the top. So installing the verticals, so it's labeled rudder. In the side here is a little clip. You'll hook them together, feed them in there. 2 of the shorter screws go in from the top. 4 of the longer screws went in from the bottom. That was super easy, worked out great. Okay, now it's wing time. So you got 2 spars, both are the same length. Gonna run the spars in, put the wing in. We're gonna have to flip it over again anyway. 2 screws in from the bottom. So you could always put the wings on and then that center section while it's all upside down and do it all in one shot. Sometimes I just like to do it the hard way. Okay, there's that. Simple 4 long screws. Get that done. If you guys don't have an electric screwdriver, I'll put a link down below. Some of these longer screws it's really good for. I use it on low setting, and just once it starts like working or getting close to the end, then I'll stop and do it by hand because you don't want to strip screws out. And an electric screwdriver is a good way to do that. So the next thing it shows to do is putting on all the bombs, missiles, ordnance, all that jazz. Like I said, you know, these things just clip on. These go out in the end, so you just slide it in there and slide it back and it'll lock in. I don't want to do that at this time. Other things it shows to do is to put the scale bits on the bottom. So there's these little fin antenna things that go on. You've got the gun that goes up on the front, that glues on. I'll get those all on and I'll show you guys what went where, and then we'll move on to the next step. Yeah, I know I said I wasn't gonna, but I went ahead and put them all on there because I wanted to show you guys all the stuff. And this is the array on how they go on. There's right and lefts to these ones out here. You'll notice on these, you can't tell, but they're angled so they fit the wing properly. So pieces that glued on, there's a little thing here and there was an indentation in the fuse where that goes. There's a little guard deal for here. There was no marks on the fuse, so I just kind of looked what it looked like in the picture. Obviously your sight glues on here. These actually just click into place. Be careful so you don't ding it like I just did there. I'll probably never remove them again anyway, but you can. So that's pretty much it, other than putting in the receiver next, getting everything zeroed and centered, and putting on the linkages. Oh, I forgot one thing, the pitot tube. I was pretty impressed with this. You guys can't tell, but it has a threaded insert. And on the tip of this wing is where it goes. I hope you guys can see that. It actually threads in, and you can remove it. You can screw it back out. So you don't have to worry about breaking it off in transport. So kudos to FMS for that one. I'm really impressed with that. All right, we're getting the linkages on. You can see I've got the ailerons, flaps, and the elevators on. I got to turn it over and do the rudders yet. It looks like in the manual everything just goes on the top. So that's what we did. Get everything centered with your radio. Then you can put these on so everything is centered and in the right place. So I'm going to flip it over, do the rudders, and then the linkages will be complete. Okay, guys. We've got her all set up here. I'll kind of show you what's going on. See, the elevator's a little bit out of your range, but everything is functioning. So all the linkages went on easy, you know, center them, put them on, then adjust them so everything is square. Might be a little bit off there. I'll have to adjust that, but easy to do. Get a ball link pliers, you can pop them off, put them on. So the rates for the aileron, 23 for high, 18 for low. Elevator is 20 for high, 15 for low. Rudder calls for a 20 for high and 15 for low. I just leave a high and put Expo on it. That's how I've always done it. Don't forget to do your flight modes, so you can tie the flaps in to the elevators on the switch so you can adjust it in flight and trim it as you fly. For CG is 80 to 85 back from this front square front edge. Get this sideways for y'all. That puts it about in here. I tested the CG as it sits with my SMC 5200 is sitting right in here. See if I can tip it up and show you guys. So that's where I'm going to put it for the maiden, because that's where it CGs. My receiver is just right in here on that side. And let me show you guys the gear because it's sweet. If I can do it one-handed. But the gear functions beautifully. Make sure you guys are in view. How cool is that? Big mains. Should work awesome off grass, no doubt in my mind. You got suspension, look at that. The other ones do too. Yeah, just a full meal deal of awesomeness. So one thing to note is the manual does show all the linkages going in the top hole. I think on the elevators you could go down one and the ailerons, because I had to take a lot out in the radio in the dual rates. We'll fly it and see how that goes. But everything else was good to go. So looking in the manual, that's it. Talks about flying from here on out. So hope you guys found that useful. I'm super excited to fly this. I mean, look at the size of that airplane, guys. This thing is just beautiful. I love the Arctic camo. I'm just stoked. So like, comment, subscribe. Check out the links down below. Don't forget, I've got an FMS code to save you some money. It's free to you. Helps the channel. It's a win-win. Support your boys. So with that said, next time you see this will be at the field, and we're going to take to the skies. Appreciate you guys watching this. Catch you on the next one. JohnVHRC out.